Hello, book nerds. Welcome to the Book Nerds Author Agency podcast. Book Nerds Author Agency is a bespoke book marketing and author branding agency, featuring top book marketing agency in India and has effectively served more than 250 authors. I am Rhea Manoj, your host for today, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Navneet Kampani. Navneet Kampani has a long illustrious career in financial services spanning for over 3 decades between India and Middle East. Having worked in leadership positions with international banks, he established his authority in areas of banking and asset management. Academically, he is an electronic engineer with an MBA in finance and master's in law. His passion for learning continues as he recently concluded a course in thinking into results from Proctor Gallagher Institute. He now embarks on his spiritual learning journey by taking up a course to study ancient Hindu scriptures and being a student of self-realization fellowship from Yogada Satsang Society. He launched his live blog in 2020 called Your Proper Guide to share his life experiences and learning with the wider audiences. He often says that he's a guide, not a coach. And so we are so thrilled to have you on our show.
Thank you so much, Ria, for the introduction, and I'm delighted to be on your show and participate in your podcast. It's my honor, and thank you once again for inviting me for this podcast.
So I'm actually looking forward to this conversation because I have recently read your book and thoroughly enjoyed reading it. I love the title. I love the cover. The Unmasking the Real You and the cover, as I really want my audience to watch this. So, how did you come up with this title and what is the story behind this cover?
See, the title was a no-brainer because when you dispassionately introspect yourself, which in our normal day-to-day life we never do. I don't know what is your professional background and how well, which all companies have you worked, but I have seen myself being 30 years in the corporate sector, though we are regularly reminded to do the introspection, self-reflection, self-introspection, but we generally don't do. And if you dispassionately go into that self-realization or self-introspection mode, then you realize that what you see is not you. When you stand in front of the mirror and you see that this man is not me, I'm something different, then you start peeling yourselves. When you start peeling yourself, you realize that for every situation, you've put in a mask. Now, what happens is the state of your mind is such that you are wearing multiple masks on you and you are a confused individual. You don't know what is your real self. And this is what happened to me when I went into my self-reflection in 2019. And after that, I did COVID hit and we went deeper into finding what went wrong with us and what happened to me and then. So the title popped up like, Unmask Yourself. You are a beautiful human being soul inside. Why put all these, and these masks over a period of time become your skin, and you don't realize that you've lost your real self. And this is what happened with me. So the title came out, Unmasking the Real You. And if you see the cover, while you are unmasking yourself, all goes into that little you, Y-O-U, in the middle, the man standing there.
Yes.
So it's you, that little thing, but with those masks, you become so big. And if you start removing that mask, with that little man, beautiful soul, absolutely pure, that's you. That's
So
when the
that's
desire
really
itself.
beautiful thought. And
Yes,
it's a very beautiful curve. Once again, I will compliment that.
yes.
And so, as you said, that the book is dedicated to professionals struggling in balancing your personal and professional life.
Well,
So, why do you think this balance is so challenging?
why do you think it balances?
So challenging.
Oh,
So challenging.
Okay. Okay. Ria, I'll ask you a question, and without
Sure.
dwelling too much into it, just answer whatever
Bro.
comes to your mind.
Okay.
So, my question to you is, Ria, tell me something about yourself.
About myself.
Yes.
Uh, I'm Rhea Manoj. I'm mother of two teens, and I love gardening, I love cooking, and reading is my passion. And,
Okay.
and you want to know more about my career or something? So I'm a podcaster by profession.
Okay. So here you go.
Okay.
Now, you are one of those exceptional people
Well,
who talked little bit about yourself.
yes.
A mother, a
Yes.
gardener, and then you said, and then it's over. It's over. And then you
Yeah.
said you want to know something about my career, which means you immediately jumped onto your career.
Yes.
But if I ask you to talk about your career, you can
We
give
will.
me a full download of your career for half an hour.
If you have that much time, I can. Of course,
If,
I can. Yes.
but if I ask you about yourself, you have had those three sentences. I am a mother of two
Mhm.
teens. I am gardener. This is my passion. And you jumped on to I'm a podcaster. So
Yes.
now you realize that how heavy we are or imbalanced we are, that I did this survey with
We will.
multiple people, with I don't know about 50 to 100 people. I used to just randomly ask them, tell me something about yourself. Sir, I am Deepak. I'm an ex banker, or I'm a banker. I work for this. I said, I didn't ask you. Did I ask you about your work? Why are you telling me about your work? I asked you about yourself. I wouldn't say 99.99%. I would say
Yes.
100% of the people started their introduction with telling me about their careers.
Well,
I am a
because
paid. I am a
I.
bank. I am a retail professional. I am this.
Sure.
So this is where the imbalance is, and it is so challenging. There was a report that was published by Khaleej Times in Dubai, which said that 53% of the subjects that they interviewed, or people that they interviewed, that statistic is there in my book as well,
Okay.
and they said they're very unhappy. And what is the reason for this unhappy? Based on my research, was this imbalance between pro and per, professional and personal life. Because the moment your cartwheel becomes imbalanced, your mind goes haywire. So it's very
Okay.
challenging. It's very
So,
challenging. I can tell you from my own experience.
so is it that when people start speaking about themselves, they think their career is their achievement? Is it
Absolutely. You've said it. Their
so?
growth.
They are attached to that image of themselves.
Absolutely. You've touched the right word, attachment. Our
Yes.
attachment to our professional world is so heavy that
Mhm.
for us, if I grow from being a sales manager to a CEO, which is my growth, I
Yes.
define my growth based on my corporate ladder, not based on my own personal growth. And that is why I asked a question in my book. Are you really growing? What is growth? What is the definition of growth for you? Are you
Um,
really growing? What have you done to personally grow yourself?
you want me to answer this question?
No, I'm just asking this question, that this is the question you should ask when you self introspect yourself. That
Yeah.
what have you done to grow personally? See,
Mhm.
you do your education to do well in professional world. I did my engineering because I wanted to go into engineering. Then I realized that is not my cup of tea. So I went into theater. So I did my 1 year diploma with Film and Television Institute. Then, as it may have, the parents said, what nonsense are you doing? You need to do some work. So I did my MBA. So I did my MBA. Again, why did I did my MBA? Yes,
Hmm.
it had a personal growth of mine, but more importantly, professional to get a good
Yeah.
job. Then I got a good job and I started working. And then I again realized midlife, I realized, oh my God, now everything is driven by legal. So I need to enhance my legal knowledge as well professionally. I went into doing my LLM. But during this 30 years, what did I do to grow myself? Did I ever try to balance my mind, body, and soul? No. It was only profession, earnings, growth. So
So,
that's
so your blog title is Proper Guide, and
yes,
I love this concept, but we will like to hear it from you for our audiences. The Proper Guide.
yes. So when I was thinking or trying to create, so now I use this phrase called mastering the art of balancing in personal growth, because this
Yep.
was my realization. So I said I will master the art of balancing and personal growth. Professionally, I've grown. I became the regional head of a largest multinational bank, heading the region. That I have to grow personally. So, but then I realized that if you have to grow personally, then you have to somewhere bring that professional aspirations down and bring up the personal aspirations in order to create that balance. I'm not saying leave your professional aspiration, throw your professional aspirations out of window. No, not at all. They are very important. The right year's work environment is very important, but simultaneously you have to bring this and try to balance it. So when I was trying to, coin the word, I said uh, professional. So I took the first three words, pro, and
Yes.
personal, PER. And the divine intervention came that when I put this together, it became proper. So proper, we know proper, like you have to properly balance it. We say properly balance it, properly do this. So that word came out proper.
Okay.
So I added your to it, that your
Proper
proper guide.
Guide.
I say I'm not a coach. Why I'm
Yes.
not a coach? With due respect to all of the coaching fraternity people,
For
uh,
the
I feel I am still trying to find my own self. And coach is one person who knows everything, and that is why he goes and coaches others. I'm still not there. So, what can I
oh,
be? I can be a guide. I can guide you with my experience, with my learning, with what I see around. I can guide you. Now, God has given you free will, and God
yes.
has given you discriminative intelligence, which is what we call wisdom, और हम हिंदी में उसे कहते हैं विवेक. So God has given us vivek, wisdom.
Yes.
God has given us free will. So when I guide you, I tell you, Rhea, this is good for you, this is bad for you. Now you can choose. You can choose that. No, Google tells you this is the shortest way to go. No, up to you. You want to take a detour, they take a detour.
So
So
beautifully explained.
yes. And then the concept of cartwheel came in, because I was in Cambodia, and this picture is there on my website, and there was a cartwheel there, and it struck me. I said, my God, our life is we are like a cartwheel. We have professional wheel and a personal wheel, and our mind is pulling the cartwheel of growth ऊपर चढ़ने के लिए. Now imagine if this cartwheel is lopsided. You can't move this cartwheel as smoothly as you can move a
No.
cartwheel. That's why we balance our cars. Alignment and balancing of the wheels in our cars, automobile. Why do we do that? So that we have a smooth ride. So this is how the concept of your proper guide came in. And I became a your proper guide.
So I will seek your guidance too.
You're most welcome.
So,
Most welcome.
and you talked about body, mind, and soul. So, how to find an equilibrium between spiritual, physical, and mental faculties? How can one achieve it?
Oh, extremely easy as it sounds, as people make it sound in this world, but extremely difficult. extremely difficult. And that's where I learned when I read a lot of books from Yogananda Paramhans, the divine lived in this earth not very long ago. And if you read Gita as well, you can achieve this balance in two ways. One is by using your discriminative intelligence and using your free will. That is what we call as um, Sankhya Yoga, which is through Gyan, through wisdom, you achieve the balancing. The other way to do is through meditation. So we always have been working on our body. We go to gym. So we are working on our body. Are we working on our mind?
Not really.
Not really. There are people, I'm not saying that none of us work on mind, but there are people who work on mind as well. There are people who work themselves on. Have we ever sit in silence and still our thought?
I try to.
But very
I
difficult.
I read Gita also.
Yes.
And I try to do this.
Very difficult.
Yes.
Thoughts keep coming.
You did.
In 1 second, there will be multiple thoughts. As you and me are speaking, there are multiple thoughts in your mind, multiple thoughts in my mind. Can we think about the thought and stop?
It needs a lot of practice.
Practice.
A lot.
There you go. You are putting words in my mouth and right words. Attachment. You have to practice. It all comes through first. It comes through the first chapter of my book. First, it comes through awareness.
Yes.
We are aware, ignorant people. We are aware of everything.
Yes.
We are aware that mind, body, and soul has to be balanced. We are aware. But what do we do with this awareness? We ignore it. So we become ignorant. So if your first thing is be aware of it. The moment you are aware of it, accept it and work on your thoughts, work on your habits, work on your paradigms, which is what I have written in my book. So
Yes.
first be aware. First be aware that there is an imbalance. 99% of the people don't even accept that they have an imbalance. They feel they're so happy. They feel they're so happy. Are they really happy? What is the definition of happy? So awareness is very important. The moment you have that awareness, you work on that thought. And if you work on your thoughts, your action will change.
Yes.
So that's the first chapter of my book. And that's the Guru mantra that I can tell you to balance your. Slow down. Slow down. The basic nature of human being is balanced. The God created us as a balanced soul. We imbalance ourselves by our own free will. So first thing is slow down. Be aware. Have an acceptance. Acceptance is very important. Unless and until you will accept that I am imbalanced, nothing will move forward. You will not be able to change your habits, and with habits, change your paradigm. This is what Bob Proctor says. This is what Robin Sharma says. This is what Robin Williams says. All these big motivators, everybody says the same thing. And where is it coming from? From our scriptures. I wouldn't say, it's all, every spiritual guide tells you the same thing. Be aware, be thoughtful, and your actions will change. If you change your habits, if you change your paradigms, your life changes. This is what Napoleon Hill wrote in his book, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes. They did.
Think is a thought.
Yeah.
The thought comes from where? From your mind.
Awareness of mind.
Yes. And believe me, I'm writing, and I'm going to give this little exposure to you. I'm writing my second book, and I'm covering a very, very big chapter on it, in terms of on what we on influence.
Right. You talk about the influence, so and you talk about the spirituality. So tell me one thing, in this era of social media, where everybody is so happy on their Instagram and Facebook page, everybody is traveling, everybody is having a nice food, they have somehow given you a standard that you have to reach that up. So we all are trapped in a vicious cycle of needs and wants because of that also. So how should we avoid that, which is very much needed in today's world?
Wisdom. Think,
Which,
think. You are seeing something. You are seeing something on social media. Think about it. How does it help you? How does it help you? We are bombarded. That's what my entire chapter in my theory on influence is all about. And I can share that with your audience just here. We we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. The conscious mind is bombarded through the five senses, or Bob Proctor says the five antennas, through sense, speech, seeing, hearing, touch, feel, everything. That's the five senses. Everything is coming on our conscious mind, but the action happens from the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is influenced by our prenatal, which is our previous incarnations, tendencies, and propensities. The subconscious mind cannot think. Whatever you plant in your subconscious mind, you act accordingly. So if you get influenced by a particular food or song or an item, your conscious mind feed it to your subconscious mind. Let's buy it. Let's eat it. Because the subconscious mind doesn't think. Now you are, if the life had been so happy and so beautiful as it is portrayed in the social media, why is mindfulness and mental imbalance and depressions and suicides are growing in this world? Why are all these wars? Why are people killing each other? Why all that we see around us? Why is that? If everybody is so happy,
right.
which means what we see is not what it is. So seeing is believing is no longer the right proverb that we were taught in school by and explained that seeing is believing.
Right.
Don't believe in what you hear, but if you've seen it, believe it. Now in social media, can you believe it? I don't know whether I'm talking to Rhea or not. I don't even know whether this is the AI version of Rhea sitting in front of me.
So you're liking it or not? That's the main question. If it's an AI version or a real one, you're liking talking to Rhea or not? That's the
See,
main thing.
I am loving every moment of this podcast,
So
because this is how I am now. Uh, there was a message which came on my mobile today that think that everything is going to be good. I said I disagree. Think that everything is good.
oh, nice.
Think that everything is going to be good, going to be, which means something is wrong right now in present. That is why we are saying think that everything will be good. This is in future tense. I said I disagree. Think that everything is good. in the present moment. You don't know the future. You
I agree.
cannot change your past. This is what Eckhart Tolle said. Power of now. So I disagreed. And I said, think that everything is good. Everything is good. We make it what it is. Life is very simple. And I can tell you, and I'm living it. Very, very simple. Everything is good. Every
So
person is good. Every human being is good because the soul is pure. The soul is pure. We look at the body. We look at the body and we make our presumptions and assumptions.
So it's so much learning talking with you, and I'm enjoying every bit of this conversation, but we have some time limits.
Yes.
So if you could leave our readers with one piece of advice from your side, what it will be?
Two things from my book:
Okay.
awareness, thought, and action. Please, my humble request: don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Be aware. Be aware of yourself. And the second thing, which I was on another podcast few days ago, and he asked me which is your
The-
favorite chapter, self introspection.
So the chapter 5, mine
Yeah,
favorite.
be aware and dispassionately unmask yourself. And it is the power of you. No one can do anything for you other than you. Build relationship with yourself. Ask that question. This is the question coming in my second book. What is your relationship with yourself?
So I'm
Advice
currently,
to your audience.
and currently my motto of life is don't be afraid to write your own script. You are,
Absolutely.
this is what
Absolutely.
I believe right now in my life.
See, again, you put another word into my mouth. And I always say a line which I picked up from Yogananji's uh, teachings. Fear is afraid of me. You got it? Fear is afraid of me. That should be my power. And
Yes.
that is the power we all have.
That's a lovely thought. And with this note, we have to say bye to Navneet Kampani, sir. It was lovely talking with you, sir. I hope you enjoyed as much I did this conversation.
Oh, I enjoy every bit of podcast because it gives me an opportunity to come out with my thoughts. And that's my purpose of life right now, is to talk to as many people as I can and tell them uh, about my journey, my learning. So even if I can help one soul on this entire earth, I think I have achieved that purpose. So thank you very much for inviting me, and I would love to come on your podcast as many times as you
It
want
was,
me to come, because I love talking. I love talking. I love talking.
and we enjoyed talking with you. So hopefully we'll make one more podcast out of this. But for
Amazing.
now, we have to say bye. And so, book lovers and authors, keep reading, writing, and don't forget to keep learning how to publish, write, and read better. And we will
Yes.
see you in the next episode of the Book Nerds Author Agency podcast. Until then, do like and share on our YouTube channel at the rate Book Nerds. Till then, bye bye. See you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, book nerds.
Thank
God bless.
you.
God bless you.